What's up, guys? It's Gilly Sniper Duck here, and we're back with our 4th primary weapon unlocks for a co-op review. So this time it's the SG553, and let's go into battle log statistics first. So it has automatic fire, semi-automatic fire, and burst fire, which is unique to this and the G36C in the engineer class. The rate of fire is 700. That's roughly between the Scar H's 600 and the G36C's 800. The ammunition is 30 and 31 if you include the one in the chamber. The range is medium, as all the engineer weapons and engineers are supposed to be operating in medium range. So let's go on to the gun in real life. The SG553 is an assault rifle / carbine. Yes, it's pronounced carbine, not carbine. It is manufactured by Swiss Arm AG, also known as SIG or SIG, or some really long name that I can't pronounce. SG is an abbreviation of Sturmgewehr, or assault rifle. Sturm meaning storm and Gewehr meaning rifle. Together it means assault rifle. And it uses the 5.6mm GW PAT 90, also known as the Swiss or French version of the 5.56 by 45mm NATO. So let's go on to the actual 553. The 553 is an improved version of the SIG 552 Commando. It's basically like the SIG 552 Commando, except with a better recoil spring type system that makes it more reliable. So let's go into what I think about this gun in the game. So this gun is essentially a medium between the Scar H and the G36C, as in almost everything is kind of like a medium. The G36C having a low recoil and the Scar H having a higher recoil. This gun kind of lies roughly in between with a medium type recoil. Not as much as like the Scar H has less recoil than the M4 in my opinion, so I think this gun has a relatively low recoil. The rate of fire is right in between the G36C and the Scar H, and essentially this gun feels like it's a really good medium. Like, I want the power of the Scar H and the relatively lower fire rate, because I like my guns with lower fire rates because I used to play a lot of recon and I kind of like a longer engagements more, not really too long, but like medium range engagements. I'm not really a fan of close quarters, but I want the power and the low fire rate of the Scar H, yet I want the low recoil of the G36 and the auto, single, and burst fire modes. And yeah, that's kind of why I like this gun. So this gun, in my opinion, is probably the best engineer weapon, primary weapon, besides the G36C, because the G36C does have lower recoil and some other things. I'm not exactly sure on that, but this gun, in my opinion, is definitely better than the Scar H, depending on what you want, and probably better than the M4. And aesthetically, it is very, very nice looking, and knowing that not everyone has this gun, you can feel like you're special and MLG and stuff like that, whatever you want. You can pretend you're playing soldier and be like, oh, I'm the only person with this gun, ha. So yeah, I recommend using this gun mostly with grip. Every other attachment is kind of up to you, but with grip it really helps, because this gun is the first gun where I really noticed the difference between with the grip and not with the grip. As in the Scar H, without the grip, high recoil. With the grip, relatively a little bit less recoil, but still high recoil. But with the SG553, one thing that you can noticeably notice that's right in front of you is that without the grip, your recoil kind of goes vertically and horizontally to the left a tiny bit, but with the grip, it kind of just goes vertical and just like the most microest space to the right horizontally. So with the grip, it really helps it out, and it makes the gun a lot more controllable. At first you might think this gun has a lot of recoil, but in reality this gun has a very low recoil standard, so it's very fun to use. That's kind of it on this gun. I recommend using extra ammo like I do with every gun. I recommend using non-magnified sights because you're not really going to be engaging that far away, so I recommend the holographic sight or the reflex sight. And that's kind of it for this gun. It's a really great gun to use. That's kind of it. Thanks for watching. Remember, comment, rate, and subscribe, and peace.